So the Indiana Fever have been good recently. 7-4 in the month of June was exceptional. Was absolutely exceptional. Are they the best team in the WNBA? I don't think so, but some people rate this team pretty damn highly. So before we get on to everything and see how ESPN rate them, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 15.5k by the end of the day. We are 70 off. That would be absolutely incredible if we could hit that. But anyway, let's take a look. This is from ESPN. This is from the same, by the way, this is from the same journalist who had said that, okay, well, not same journalist, sorry, same publication, ESPN, had said that the sixth best rookie, yes, the sixth best rookie was Caitlin Clark. She was worse than Kate Martin. So, the first is the Minnesota Lynx, and I understand that. I get it. And I get they won the Commissioner's Cup. I still think there's a bit of a gap between, to be fair, they're both winning games where you're like, how are they winning these games? Like the Lynx they were close against the Sky, they had to come back, whereas the Liberty had to come back against a bad Atlanta Dream team. So no team has been like out and out demolishing everybody. But obviously the Lynx did go win the Commissioner's Cup, which does matter. It does matter. It's an important game. It's a one-off game. So it 100% matters. So yeah, I'm cool with the Lynx being number one. The Liberty being number two, despite having the best record in the WNBA, is a bit of a surprise. But Vandersloot came back. The Sabrina Ionescu is balling. She's arguably been their best player. Breanna Stewart's playing well. So I think you can't really rank them lower than 2. I would probably put them 1, but 2, completely fine. The Las Vegas Aces 10-6. They have gotten so much better. Like the Aces, just with Chelsea Gray coming back, she's not even playing well. Just having her there is helping them out. Like, she's really not doing anything absolutely special. Like, it says combined 30 points, 10 boards, 9 assists over 2 games. Again, she's fine. She's looking 60% of her best. But either way, even 60% of Chelsea Gray is a lot better than not having Chelsea Gray. So the Aces are 3. I could see the Aces coming up to 2 or to 1 over the next while anyway. Then we have got the Seattle Storm, who are 12-6 at 4th. I'm completely fine with that one because I've watched the Storm a few times. And again, it says here against Indiana and Dallas, Jewel Lloyd was on fire. Indiana and Dallas. Jewel Lloyd is, I just think she is very inconsistent. Like with her shooting percentages this season, she can win you a game or she can shoot you out of a game. And I don't know how much she offers when she's not just going ham. So she was exceptional against Indiana. She's been exceptional every time they played the Fever, to be honest. If you're asking me who the best player in this team is, I'm still going to say Nneka Ogwumike. And I don't think that's too crazy a thing to say. But at the same time, look, the Storm have a legitimate big 4. You've got Nneka, you've got Magbegor, you've got Jewel Lloyd, and you've got Skylar Diggins. They have a big 4, and I think on their day, they can beat anyone. I don't think they're in that top 3 teams in the league, but on their day, they can beat anyone. Connecticut Sun have looked bad. They've looked really bad. And they almost lost 4 in a row. Like, they've been 5-4 since going 9-0. And they had an overtime win against Washington and lost at home to Atlanta. Atlanta aren't good. And the overtime win at Washington, I've never seen a game where I've seen a team robbed more. Literally, Van Loo got hacked on a game winner and they called an offensive foul. If the Washington Mystics did not have an incompetent coach, if Deladon was there, if Sykes was there for the year, they'd be fine. But like, they're really struggling as the worst team in the league record-wise. So I just don't rate them. I think Dejanay Carrington's great. Dejanay Carrington could be an all-star. I think Alyssa Thomas is great. I think DeWanna Bonner is great. I think this is a team that's a matchup nightmare for the bad teams, i.e. the Fever or, again, any team with that relies so heavily on a guard. They're a matchup nightmare for them. I don't think they're very good. I think 5th is the right spot. I think they're better than all of these teams. 6th, the Indiana Fever. No. As you can see, who's 7th? The Mercury. No. Just no. Like, Caitlin Clark is exceptional. Aaliyah Boston is great. Nalissa Smith gets buckets. Kelsey Mitchell is a gunner. Temi Fagbenle is the leader the team needs. Look, they are the 7th or 8th best team in this league. How they're the 6th in the power rankings is beyond me. The Phoenix Mercury must ask themselves, are we better than a 500 team? Yes, they are, because that's where they've been hovering all year. But, like, you're acting like they weren't below 500 when Brittany Griner came back. And they weren't coming off a season where they were terrible. Like, this is a team that, on their day, could beat literally anyone. On their day, look, they're going to win 8 times out of 10 against the Fever. They're going to win more often than not against some of these teams higher than them. They just have been, like, they sometimes don't click. There's a few injuries. No, the Phoenix Mercury are good, man. They're good. Putting them at 7th is crazy. The Atlanta Dream, back to 7 and 10. I mean, like, how would they go up in the rankings? They lost 4 of their last 5 and they beat a Connecticut team in free fall. How did they go up 2 spots in the rankings? 10th, I think, is the right spot for them, especially with Ryan Howard injured. I don't think this is a good thing. The Chicago Sky, 7th is too high for the Sky, but they should be 8th. Better than the Dream. Like, Angel Reese keeps piling up double-doubles. She got a record, 10th in a row against the Lynx, making the Rookie of the Year raise interest. But the Sky also fell to the Aces Thursday. They're 6 lost in 8 games. And yes, there's a trend here. They also play 5 of the next 7 games before the break on the road. The Sky's hope for a playoff spot could be helped or really hurt during this stretch. Look, they're playing the Atlanta Dream tomorrow. They should win that game. They should win that game. And they have a decent enough run. I think they might... Do they play the Mystics again? They should be fine. They should be fine. The Mystics, 4 and 15. These... I've always said this. The Mystics were the best 0-12 team I've ever seen. They're the best 4 and 15 team I've ever seen. They've been 4 and 3 since they went to 0-12. And they were robbed against the Connecticut Sun. They're not a terrible team. They're not. They're really not terrible. They're not great, but they're not terrible. The Dallas Wings in 11th? Really? To be fair, like, if they can somehow squeak into the playoffs, they could upset people because Seagrass is back after... Like, Howard's going to be fully healthy after the Olympic break. Seagrass is back after the Olympic break. Sabley's back after the Olympics. So, if they can somehow be within touching distance of the playoffs, because it doesn't matter how they do because they have a pick swap with Chicago, they can win as many games as they want. Tanking's not going to help them. So, if I'm Dallas, I'm genuinely being like, I'm going for the playoffs. And if they're within touching distance, I can see them making it post-Olympics. Then you've got the LA Sparks as the worst team. Yeah, fair. Without Cameron Brink, I don't really know how great they are. I don't see that as a bad thing. They're on a big-time losing streak. But other than Indiana at 6, swap Indiana and Phoenix. And I don't mind the rest of this list. The Sun are in a bit of free fall. And yeah, I really don't mind that list. I think it's a fairly accurate power ranking.